I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
That's Booby.
And Julpy and Ghosty and Chip.
Red water, type O negative. This is for the big homie Jay.
Yep.
If you, dear listener, would like to skip to the head of the line, and we do have that option on Patreon, $75, we'll get you bumped to the head of the line. I'm pretty excited, actually, to hear this song, because I haven't heard Typo in a while.
Oh.
So that should be interesting.
Cool. I'm always excited to hear some Typo.
Although, I'm a little bit, I don't want to say skeptical is the word, but I'm a little bit uneasy considering the subject matter of Typo Negative and the title of the song. And so I'm not particularly certain how this is going to go. So there you go. For timely topical political commentary, you can hit us up at Middle America with Vin and Sori.
All right. Ready?
And I don't think I have anything else. Let's do it.
All right. Go. That didn't get any better.
What in the world? Well, it's funny because we were listening to Christmas carols after we murdered the Christmas tree. We chopped down these trees and whatnot, and I'm listening to Christmas carols, and God Rest You Merry Gentlemen was one of that's like one of my favorite Christmas songs. Maybe my favorite one, I'm not sure.
It is a really good one.
I don't think I've ever heard a version of that I didn't like. I'm not sure. But, so, Jay's got a weird sense of humor, man.
What do you...
Well, Jay chose this one.
Yeah.
You know, he chose it like a week and a half ago or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And he fast-tracked it through PayPal. He didn't even go through Patreon, I don't think. Because he really wanted this done, but it's kind of like... Part of me is like, oh, you know, let's save this for Christmas. And I'm like, no. Although, you know, so like Peter Steele is like the funny guy.
Yeah.
A lot of times people are like, you know, you don't take him too seriously, yada, yada, yada. But at the same time, like seasonal depression, particularly
around the holidays, is a very, very big thing for people. This one was really sad because it wasn't just depression for no reason. When he's talking about people being 6 feet beneath him.
Table set for 7 last year, it was with 11.
Yep.
You know.
And then the only way that he survives it is by drinking.
Yeah. And so we're listening to that audiobook from David Goggins.
Oh gosh.
And his mom, her first husband was mega abusive, beat the hell out of her, beat the hell out of him. They fled basically in the middle of the night, and school was horrible and all this, and then she found this guy finally that, you know, loved her and all that, and then
he explained it like there was now blue skies for her. She was happy. He heard her laugh. He hadn't heard her laugh in a long time, and she was laughing a lot, and this guy made her feel special and beautiful, and things were going really good for them.
Good to him too. He showed him how to play ball and all that, and took him out and all that, took him in, and he finally proposed to his mom, and she said yes, and then he got shot up the day after Christmas. He got hit 5 times in the chest, 1 time between the eyes. That was literally the day after Christmas. And the crazy part of this, that wasn't even the craziest part of the thing.
It wasn't.
Craziest part of the thing is it triggered a memory that he had suppressed from the previous year where
he was in the 7th grade.
And I'm not getting into the gory details, but the kid, a 6-year-old kid died right in front of his mother, and that was 2 or 3 days before Christmas. And of course, I've got friends that lost at Christmas Eve. On Christmas Eve, it's actually Dorian's first Christmas. It was pretty crazy too. Like I've got the video around here somewhere. I'm not sure, but of that Christmas, and because it was his first Christmas, and I felt so terrible because I was, not very festive. So I don't know. I almost wonder, because I don't know if this is a conflict with me and you as much as it's a pain point that we're trying to figure out. I'm not a very big holiday person.
And I love Christmas. I love Christmas. Like, I would buy Christmas dishes and Christmas all kinds of stuff just to have it out for a month and then store it the rest of the year just because I love Christmas so much.
Yeah, and it's weird because, I can remember being a kid and really looking forward to Christmas. That was a weird thing. And I remember there was one particular year, like, I was feeling the Christmas spirit like crazy. We're in Florida. But I think, those kids died in 2005. And I don't think I've ever been really good with Christmas since then. But I'm not very good at any sort of...
I knew you before then, right? Or is that basically when I met you?
Like that was the next year, I think.
Oh, I was like, I've never known you to be.
Yeah, you didn't know me.
Christmas.
You didn't know me back then. Then I had another tragedy happen literally on the 4th of July. It's like, it's kind of
It's like major stuff too. I'm like, why the stuff always happen like that on the holidays?
Yeah.
For you, like it's like. So then I feel like a jerk to be excited about the holidays. I've always loved them, and obviously I don't even, you know. You're right. It is a difficult point because it's like, you know, one of the years for the 4th of July, I love the 4th of July too. I don't love what America did on, you know what I mean, like killing all those people and stuff like that. But I do love our freedom. So, you know, and I love the excitement of the 4th of July, the fireworks, bringing the kids and having a get together with family.
Yeah.
And I love all that stuff. And there was, you know, like, there was one year where I didn't do anything when I was around you because I just felt like such a jerk to go out and celebrate it. And then the next year I just kind of went out and did my own thing. And that didn't feel right either. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, and for me, like, I would be like, you know, if you could find a way to, like, enjoy that time without me, like, I wish you would do that. Like,
Well, I mean, that's what you said, and so I kind of just went out and did my own thing, but
yeah.
That was...
It did... What?
It just didn't feel right. It was like, it felt like such a jerk move. Like, okay, you just stay back at...
Well, this last particular one, there are other factors, too.
Well...
With the 4th of July in particular. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like, there were other factors that probably contributed to why you felt that way. But, you know, for me, like, yeah, but holidays are, I feel like, I feel terrible about, like, the way that I am in holidays. And I think for me, I was talking to Dorian about it yesterday, because Dorian's a big traditional guy. Like, he likes tradition, and I hadn't realized how late it was. It's December 16th yesterday. Like, I didn't realize, you know, like, in less than a week, it's going to be Christmas. I'm like, shit. And then you were like, yo, I want to, you know, get a tree, blah, blah, blah. And so you're like, we'll just go get one. And the last 3 years, we've been cutting down the trees. Mm-hmm. So I didn't want to, like, lose that streak. And so I, like, went everywhere I could and found us a tree and all that. And so anyway, I told Dorian, I was like, you know, I'm not a really big tradition guy, but at the same time, of course, I've told them the story of those guys dying around Christmas, but
I don't think kids can feel the weight of that.
That was, and it was well removed from the holiday. It was just a precautionary tale because there was alcohol and drugs involved and motor vehicles, and so you can put two and two together. It took out about 6 people. On Christmas Eve, and so, you know, so he didn't really make the connections. Like, you know, that was a conversation we had last summer, and it was, you know, in the context of, you know, a precautionary tale. It wasn't about, hey, Christmas, Christmas, Christmas.
Right.
So anyway, my point is like, I'm trying to, you know, kind of snap out of it. I don't really know, like, how 4th of July is going to be. I don't think I'm ever going to be good on 4th of July. Like, I'll never be good with 4th of July. But I do think that, like, Christmas and things like that, like, I think the more and more it happens, you know, like, yesterday we put the tree up, and I was legitimately wishing that we had done it, like, the day after Thanksgiving. Like, I told you, like, I'd have done it before Thanksgiving, but you're like...
No, I want to do it after Thanksgiving. So we celebrate Thanksgiving, and then now we get a whole Christmas all to itself. But...
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just... with the... Yeah, I don't know.
No, like,
you know, it's such a hard place to be when, you know, I don't have bad memories attached to the holidays. I only have, you know, good memories. It was, you know, there was fun, there was excitement, there was all, you know, all that stuff. So it's just, I just have like a whole bunch of happy feelings toward the holidays, but it's slowly kind of like turning, because when I have good feelings, when you don't have good feelings, it just makes me feel like such a horrible person. So which is, you know, why I didn't keep pushing to get the tree, even though, like, ever since the day after Thanksgiving, I was watching the clock, you know?
Right, and that's the thing that bothers me about the whole situation is, like, I would rather move over to your side than vice versa. You know, like...
Well, I mean, obviously that would be better for the kids.
Yeah, you were kind of, like, to me, like, you kind of represent, like, my last shot at, like... I don't want to say happiness, but... my last shot at, like... being able to have one of those,
Like a functioning family. Like,
yeah.
It
like
does the family things. And
yeah. Because of the way that I grew up, you know, like, I didn't have the whole Hallmark card family type of situation. Like, I never had that, you know. So, and it's crazy because I never grew up, like, wishing I had that. You know what I'm saying? It was more like, I just thought, it's not really real. People don't really live like that, yada, yada, yada. So this is like an opportunity to do that. So,
like, my family was always, you know, they were always very strict. But for some reason, everything kind of loosened up around the holidays. I don't know if it's because everybody was so busy they didn't have time to, like... I just remember my mom, like, blasting Christmas music in the house. And, of course, that was the one time a year that we got a bunch of music, too.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's
so
connecting the dots.
Then I remember being in the living room and jumping from furniture piece to furniture piece. And, you know, my parents were very strict about the furniture because they wanted that shit to last. And we were jumping from one piece of furniture
to the next. Yeah, I can't imagine you doing that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember.
Really?
It was so fun bouncing on the thing and bouncing to the next one. And can you stretch it now? You went from the couch to the chair. Can you go from the couch to the other chair? You know what I mean? Like, all that. It was... We were listening to the Beach Boys. Their Christmas music is more like fun, happy sounding. It's like summertime mixed with Christmas at the same time. It was just, I just remember just having a blast, thinking it was so much fun. And it's always been like that. Christmas has always been just like loosen up and hear the jingle bells, and everybody's, you know, except for the people that are dealing with seasonal depression, which I actually wasn't around people that got like really sad. I remember my parents talking about it. In the car or the house one time. I remember my dad saying, you know, some people get really bummed out around the holidays. Turns out I think my father's the type of person that gets bummed out around the holidays, but he didn't tell us. He never said that to us.
That's probably why I let you guys do all that stuff, because he was able to, like, draw from your happiness and...
Oh, maybe. Well, he wasn't there, I don't think, when we were jumping on the furniture.
Oh.
I think it was just my mom. She was probably in there baking all the Christmas stuff, and... Yeah, my mom always baked a lot of stuff around Christmas. It was just a fun time. And then they always got us like one, this is what I remember, like one gift for our birthday, and it was never anything like crazy. But then at Christmas time, they would spend a whole $100 on each of us. So it was like, what? This is unbelievable, especially because we were watching Little House on the Prairie. Like, we would get to watch Little House on the Prairie, and my mom would read us Little House on the Prairie, so they'd be like, I got a shiny penny and a peppermint stick and a new cup for Christmas. And that was like unbelievable to them. You know what I mean? So then it was like that, and I got a talking parrot? What? You know, like, just felt like it was just crazy. It was just fun. Just, my parents had these Christmas bells that hung from one side of the living room to the other, and it would go ding, 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 ding. It was just, and it was the most obnoxious sound in the world. Like, it was so loud, it was like kind of piercing because they were outdoor bells, but they were inside. But at the same time, it was part of the holidays. And then progressively each year, one more bell would get broken. So it'd be like, ding, 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 ding. and then we would just laugh about that. We'd be like, there it goes. My father would be like, it's another bell gone, which we could, you know, relate to that, obviously. But yeah, I mean, it was just a good time. There was like certain movies that we would watch every single Christmas. Like, it was just... This was our thing. It was like, order out some pizza, everybody sit around, and...
You guys didn't order out a lot either, huh?
No. That was like a rarity. My parents would go out to, like, they would go out on a date, like, I think once a month or something like that, they would go on a date. It felt like it was more often than that, but according to my mom, it was about once a month. They would go out on a Friday night. But, yeah, ordering out is, like, for us kids, was like such a rarity that when we got it, it was like... this is insane. Like, and my father didn't watch TV or movies. Like, so when it was Christmas time and he was sitting down to watch a movie with us, and we were ordering out pizza, and the Christmas tree was up, and it was just, and. It was just great, all around great. Probably staying up late, and, you know, it was just a fun time. So I just have all kinds of good, I don't even have, like, you know, my memory's not that great. I could sit here and, you know, I could probably talk for, you know, 10 or 15 minutes about what we did at Christmas time, but there was obviously a lot more content than just that. But then I feel like, wow, okay, so I had all these great holiday memories, and you had great ones.
I did though. I did have great holiday memories. You know, like as a kid, like I.
Yeah, but did something happen before that one? I can't picture you a jolly holiday person. So you had a point when you were a kid where you were super excited about it.
Oh,
I picture more like Johan gets, and then what happened?
I mean,
Just.
We had some of the holidays were in homeless shelters because, and it wasn't necessarily about being in the homeless shelter. It's more about why we ended up there. That was, was tough.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we got, like I said, I say it all the time. Like, I don't really feel like we were like bottom of the barrel when we were in the homeless shelter. I got a remote control car. My brother got this big Mario thing. We got these sock and boppers. I mean, Toys for Tots and stuff. Like, we were homeless, but we still had stuff. I had a remote control car, and I ran that thing out till the batteries ran out. There's one time we were in the gym. We actually were sleeping in a gym.
Oh yeah, you told me that.
I played basketball there and all that, and so like I was like, shit.
Is your mom helping people out? Wasn't she a nurse? I always picture her helping people out.
Not when we were in a shelter. She was stuff was pretty rough for her.
Yeah.
You know, but I think I had the best time there. My older brother was like, yo, we got to get out of here. My younger brother was more like, for years he'd call it the S. Like, he wouldn't even say it, shelter. I don't know if he was ashamed or whatever, but you know me, shelter. I'm like, what do you mean, like the shelter? Like,
yeah,
the S.
Yeah.
Dumb butt. Yeah. So I don't know. You know, it was one of those, like, I enjoyed it, but so it wasn't really that. I mean, I don't know. I just think over the years, you lose more and more people. I guess it becomes difficult, or stuff happens, or things aren't the same, or whatever. But the other thing is that you would talk about this, like, depressed feeling that you would get the day after Christmas.
It's after Christmas, and it's going to happen again this year.
So,
because for me, it's like, you know, when you talk about going to a show and there's like all this excitement, then the show is over. It's like, well, now it's done. It's like that. I got every single year. Christmas Day, because we did everything Christmas Eve. Christmas Day was like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yep, that was it. And then you knew it was just a long haul till summertime. But then you'd kick off summer with the 4th of July. So it was like, all right, the winter blues are over. You know, the summertime is here. We're kicking off with the 4th of July. It was like, you know, but my family would have, you know, they'd have lobsters and clams. And that was like, whoa, like they're having lobsters. And the kids wouldn't have any because it was too expensive. And then like, there would be like, somebody would be like, here, have a couple clams. You were like, what? I can have some clams? I can suck on the legs of your lobster? Like, it was just, you know, and then we were over there playing on the swing set, and then it was, you know, load up, we're all going to the fireworks. It was just a bunch of good memories with cousins and family, and so, yeah, all of those were, the 4th of July for me is like, we're kicking off summer now, like, this is the excitement, and then it's like, so I'm gonna celebrate and be happy about the kicking off of summer. I can't do that.
Well, you can.
It's just...
Yeah.
So. Not when the person that you love is, you know, has such a terrible connection with it. It's like, of all I feel like that God should have made it so that way the holidays, nobody dies on nowhere near the holidays. Everybody's safe for the holiday. You know, but just...
Yeah, I mean, of all the days for things like that to happen, you know? But I mean, one of them was planned though.
I know, that's the thing. That's the thing.
Yeah. But there you go. So thank you very much, Mr. Steele.
Yeah, I feel bad for him.
Yeah, but you know, I'm sure he'll be happy this Christmas. So he's with Jesus now. So I'm sure he'll be happy. But
I had a dream you had long hair.
I don't know. Like I think, you know, like I said, a couple of years from now, you know, who knows? You know, it might rewrite stuff. We're still young, and I think all the killing and dying is done now. So,
like, I always feel like,
hopefully, inshallah.
hopefully, I always feel like, I don't know, like with other people, when other people were like sad around certain times or whatever, like I would encourage them to be happy, you know what I mean, and kind of like bring them into the festivities and stuff like that. But with you, it's different. Like, I don't feel like maybe it's because you're so intelligent. I feel like you're going to misinterpret what I'm trying to do, and that you're going to think that I'm being insensitive about the fact that you are dealing with something. Like, it's like, oh, so, you know, Sori can just completely forget everything that I've been through, and it's just a jolly old time with mistletoe for her.
Yeah, I just never felt that way. I don't feel like because I'm having a hard time, the whole world needs to have a hard time. Mm-hmm. You know, it's a tough lesson that you learn, but you just realize that, look, man, you know, you got a bad shake on this particular thing, but life goes on. Mm-hmm. And people are not obligated to feel bad because you're in a bad situation.
It's not about being obligated.
Oh, people have been dying and losing people for years, for every day that I was born, and I didn't start feeling that till it happened to me. So it's not like you feel obligated per se. It's more like, you know, I'm not gonna take my personal whatever and impose that on other people. Mm-hmm. You know, like I'm never. And the other thing is, like, because you're right, my mind is kind of complex. So like, if you're feeling upset or morose or whatever for me, then to me it's like, oh, it's like it almost feels like condescending, like because I'm like, just be happy, man. You know, like, just be happy, and you know, maybe it'll be contagious. You know, like both of those things happen both ways. But you know, that's one of the reasons, like, I like being alone when I'm in like one of my moods, because I don't want it, you know, wearing off on other people. I'd much rather just handle it myself, and then let other people, you know, be happy and celebrate and enjoy their time. More like it, you know what I mean? So, anyway.
Yeah, I think it's just I'm not good at reading situations or what to do in certain situations. I remember when I was a teenager and my uncle was passing away, and like I knew everybody was so sad and depressed, and so I showed up, and I was like, in my mind and in my heart, I thought, I'm gonna, you know, bring some happiness. And so I was like, you know, talking about things and trying to, because everybody was like sitting there like looking at him like, this is so sad. And I was like, oh, what would it be like to be him? Or what would it be like, you know, like, let's just try to think about something else. And so I had like a stack of little funny stories in my head that had happened. And so I started, you know, telling those things, and well, I didn't realize he was feeling so weak and so tired that my energy was just making it worse for him, not better. And then
physically.
Yeah. And then somebody said,
that doesn't necessarily mean
somebody
it was
said
bad for him, like, all around, though.
I guess. I don't even remember who it was. Just somebody said, hey, Sori, why don't, you know, maybe you have some shopping or something you wanted to do or something. It was like something. Basically, they were saying, get the hell out of here. And I was like, I felt so uncomfortable. And then somebody was like, well, yeah, it's just, you're just being a little bit too loud and stuff like that. But like, I felt like hurt, because I was like, I was just trying to make things better. And then I wound up making things worse and stuff like that. And so then I think I kind of am like that with this, where I'm like, well. Yeah,
it's I call it the tail end of like, you being the quote-unquote bull in a china shop, you know, like, I call it the tail end of that. Mm-hmm. Now you're all, you know.
And then everything always feels like it's flipped, because you are saying, like, well, yeah, you feel like that I'm patronizing you when I'm not, like, jolly around your sadness. It's like, well, who would have thought that? Like, most people would be like, yeah, they were just laughing in my face and I'm dealing with all this sorrow. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, unless we actually have that conversation, it's like hard to predict.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Yeah, the Bull in the China Shop version.
You would much prefer that.
It'd be fun.
Yeah.
We just have a lot more fun. But.
Alas, we cannot.
Here we are. What do you give the song?
Bull has been slaughtered. I don't like bummy stuff about the holidays, but I understand that's how people feel, so it's a little bit hard for me to rate it. I certainly hope Jay doesn't feel this crappy this Christmas. Maybe you can get around somebody who's jolly that won't patronize you. I really don't... I've been having a hard time rating some songs. This one is very hard for me to... It's not one of my more favorite ones. I actually prefer him singing about horrible things than this.
Singing about more horrible things than this?
Yeah, like, you know, he like sometimes says like something that's really offensive, like even misogynistic. I mean, is that, you know, I don't know. Probably going with like a 7.9.
Okay. This is a 9.5 for me. By the way, shout out to the big homie Sarah D. Much love to you, big homie. Shout out. Let me know if we can do anything for you. Email me though, because the messenger thing, like
it like throws people in different places, so we don't see it, and then all of a sudden
we've got two like streams of chats on Facebook. It's hard to explain. So sometimes people get dropped in like one part, and you don't see them till like she sent this to us at Saturday. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's not too far. Sometimes it's like really far.
Right. I've got like 600 of these things that we haven't. So anyway, shout out to Sarah D. But yeah, I liked it.
And her sister for letting her use the phone.
9.5 for me.
Because of what it communicates.
Well, yeah, I got it. I was like, yep. It was. I thought it was gonna be some sexual thing or whatever, but
you did?
Yeah. I mean, it's Peter Steele. What are you gonna do? But you know, I thought he did a good job at capturing it.
Yeah. Okay, if we're gonna go by that, like, okay, if I get past the it bums me out feeling, then yeah, it's probably like a right up there, 9.6, 9.7.
Well, it's not so much that it bums me out. It's just that he captured kind of the sentiment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the
Yes, he did.
Yeah. I was over. Yeah. Okay. Well, there you are, dear listener. Vin out.
Sorry out.
Gone.